The official party.
Good noon.
How you doing?
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I would like to welcome you to the Brigadier General Retired Eddie Kane Conference Room dedication ceremony. First, we will have opening comments by our Professor of Military Science, Lieutenant Colonel Wilkins.
Please, ladies, take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. You see, General Collins, thanks for coming out. You know, you're the Adjutant General for the state of Mississippi. For those who don't know, he's in charge of all Army and Air Force, National Guards, men and women in the state. So your time is very, very valuable. We understand it and respect it. So thank you, sir, for being in today. Good to be here. General Crib, we'll talk about you later on. We'll hit Dr. Leggett when she gets here. She's in the route, but of course, homecoming week, everybody's in town. Pretty sure she's getting stopped every step trying to get here. And Dr. Azevedo, my boss, my civilian boss, thanks for being here, sir, and thanks for your continued support. Got Colonel Willis here, Colonel Wright. When I was, as I told him earlier, when I was in school in ROTC like you guys, as a cadet, he was the in charge of junior ROTC, and he was a big deal like Colonel Willis is. But most importantly, the coolest thing he did was that when we had the Olympics, they had the torch going around America. He was chosen to run with the torch here in Jackson. So I remember hearing about him. So it's good to be in your presence, sir. Everybody knows Colonel Oliver, but I don't think all of y'all know her, but she was my sister, my Rue. And she's been my mom since I've been here at JSU. She's treated me as such and helped me make decisions. I spoke to a few cadets, Cadet Ducksworth and Durr, about my discussions with the ROTC, what I wanted to do, what my plans were. And she said, hey boy, stop. Go to the Army tomorrow. Bye, get out of here. And so, but she's been that kind of mentor to me along the way. And got some other folks coming, but anyway, so why do a dedication to Brigadier General Retired Eddie Kane? What happens is I got here in July and I said, Miss Jacobs, where's she at? She should be inside of here. Miss Haley, quit playing. But I asked Miss Jacobs, I said, what can I do to sustain the ROTC department and potentially make it a little better? And she said, hey, so the cadets are better than they were. The cadets are better now than they were back when you were in school. And she said, what we're missing though is we're missing some cohesion, some esprit de corps. We miss that it factor. We don't have that swag. We don't have that JSU Tiger Tough Battalion swag anymore. So if you can help us out with that, then we'll be doing pretty good. So okay, I got their advice. Got my executive officer, Ike, who was out there orchestrating. I said, what can we do? What makes sense? He said, well, hey sir, how about we try to name this conference room? So I then got with my operations officer, Captain Greg Davies, and said, what can we do? When can we do it? And he chose this weekend because of homecoming. Everybody's going to be here. The alumni will flow through all day. I've been getting phone calls all day about the event. I'm pretty sure most of them on the yard having fun, and they'll come through here around 1600 to come see, okay, wow, this is pretty good. But my team, and at that point, they got together, put together a team. So the team consisted of a active duty service member, a guardsman, reservist, and a cadet of different genders also, because we have had 4 agent officers from JSU, one on active duty, which is Brigadier General Donna Williams. She's down in Vicksburg right now, that's where she's stationed at. And so we wanted to make sure that we had a good team to figure out who's the right person to name the room after. They chose General Kane, and that's kind of how we got to where we are today. He's in San Antonio, Texas, unable to travel, but spoke to him on the phone a few days ago. He's excited, and we're recording this event for him today so we can put it in the mail and ship it to him and make him proud of us. And you all know about the JRAP, the Jackson ROTC Alumni Program. That's what we all get back. So once you get your little commissions, you got to get back to the program, okay? So all my folks who come to visit today to say high five, this looks so good, I need money from them also. Now, Army ROTC at Jackson State has been here for about approximately 48 years. My guys, I don't know how we tell what you say. 48 years. So for sure, on our 50th year anniversary, we'll do another big event here on campus before I pop out of my position. In the springtime, my battle buddy Hoover here from the Air Force, we're going to do our first joint dine and out, so it's going to be a big deal. And I look forward to that. But also next year is 100 years for Cadet Command. And for those who don't know, you got West Point Military Academy here, Cadet Command here. We produce the most cadets. And so, and also you got Officer Candidate School that produce cadets, lieutenants also. But with that, with our joint venture, we're going to recognize Cadet Command's 100-year anniversary as a Cadet Command. So it's a big deal. I'm excited to be here, excited about the day. Again, thanks for y'all time. Thought I forgot about you, huh? My wife, Janae, she's here. She's supporting, she's supporting JSU with her blue colors on. That's a good look, She's not from here, so she's getting adjusted a little bit to this Mississippi way of life in Jackson State, but she works at the VA as a management analyst, and so she's very busy at work, so for her to be here is really a big deal also, so thank you. And at this point, I turn over to my cadet battalion commander, Cadet Wasowski.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, Major General Collins, Brigadier General Retired Trier, Dr. Leggett, Dr. Azevedo, and attendees. My name is Cadet Brooke Wasowski. I'm a math major at Mississippi College, a member of the equestrian team, and the cadet battalion commander for the Tiger Battalion. I would like to thank everyone for coming out here to honor one of our very own, Brigadier General Retired Eddie Kane. I'm here to talk to you all about our beloved battalion. I've been in this program since August 2012. And every year our community becomes stronger, more diverse, and tiger tough. We have 82 cadets in this program. 58 come from Jackson State, our host school. The satellite schools, Mississippi College, Millsaps College, Tougaloo College, Mississippi Valley State University, make up the other 24 cadets. All our satellite schools are within a 15-mile radius of Jackson State, except for Mississippi Valley. They have the challenge of being 95 miles away from this campus. Just an example of how dedicated our cadets are to this program. This past summer, instead of obtaining internships, summer jobs, vacations, our upperclassmen attended summer training. We had 16 seniors graduate cadet leadership course, a grueling 31-day evaluation in Fort Knox, Kentucky. We also had 4 cadets attend CTLT, Cadet Troop Leaders Training, a program where they shadow a platoon leader in a certain unit. We also had 2 cadets attend CULP, Cultural Understanding and Language Proficiency Program, where they're deployed to a foreign country and teach English to different countries. We also had 2 cadets graduate Air Assault School. Needless to say, the Tiger Battalion was very busy representing our program in a positive manner. This summer concluded the cadets' opportunity to receive accession points to be able to increase their order merit list ranking. For our seniors, our average GPA was an outstanding 3.2. And that is including 4 cadets who are all STEM degree majors, which is science, technology, engineering, and math. 5 cadets were awarded active duty. 3 were awarded National Guard, sir. And 5 were awarded reserve duty. For those cadets who received active duty, we'll be told our branch decision in November, and hopefully we'll get our orders soon after. I've bombarded you all with a lot of facts about the Tiger Battalion, but now I want to tell you a couple of success stories that make this program great. We had a cadet come in to the program motivated and eager to serve his country. Only problem is that he failed the PT test and had also failed the height and weight. Through extreme willpower, he lost 90 pounds and now receives a 285 out of 300 PT score.
Wow. Cool.
We have another cadet that demonstrated a warrior ethos mentality. He took the combat water survival training test 5 times, which is unheard of for the stamina it takes to complete the test. But he tried until he accomplished his goal. He stayed committed to the mission and participated in swim lessons. He came back to complete the second part of the swim test, which includes 10 minutes swim and 5 minutes treading water. He passed on the first time. Lastly, I want to tell you about a cadet who wouldn't let a medical injury overcome his desire to receive the air assault pin. On the 8th day, after passing the grueling obstacle course, both written tests, he wakes up to a swollen, infected eye. He was medically discharged from the school, but he did not give up. He had to complete CIET, which is Cadet Initial Entry Training. That's in Fort Knox, Kentucky, so he had to deal with 31 days of that Kentucky heat. And then he went back to Fort Campbell to finish his last phase in 12-mile ruck and passed. I stand here today hoping you all can appreciate the Tiger Battalion as much as I do. All the alumni and the current cadets never cease to amaze me on how they grow to become better officers for the greatest team in the world, the United States Army. Thank you. Introduce our cadet executive officer, Cadet Major Dirk.
Good afternoon. History of the Tiger Battalion. The motivator for the establishment of the Army ROTC unit at Jackson State University was Dr. John A. Peoples Jr., the 6th president of the institution. Prior to Dr. Peoples' selection as the president of Jackson State University, he proudly served his country in the United States Marine Corps as an enlisted serviceman. Dr. Peoples was not provided the opportunity to participate in the ROTC program in the state of Mississippi because of the early segregation politics of the state. Within 2 months after his inauguration as president of Jackson State College, on March 8, 1967, Dr. Peoples initiated correspondence with the Department of the Army officials for the establishment of an Army ROTC training attachment at Jackson State University. The initial inquiry and request proved fruitless. However, he was able to receive information concerning the criteria that Jackson State University would be required to meet prior to hosting a unit. After 2 years of negotiations between the Department of the Army and Jackson State College, the perseverance, dedication, and effort of Dr. Peoples was rewarded. Jackson State College was designated to host an Army ROTC unit. General Orders 8-1, dated December 17, 1968, officially activated the Jackson State College detachment. The first commissioned officer to be assigned to the unit was Major James L. Pearson on February 28, 1969. Clarence Bryant was the first cadet to officially enroll in the Jackson State College ROTC program. Cadet Bryant was one of the first 15 young men from the Jackson State College of 1969. Cadet Bryant was selected as the first cadet commander of the Tiger Battalion. Since then, over 600 young men and women have earned their gold bars as second lieutenants in the United States Army. To date, the Tiger Battalion has produced 4 general officers: Major General Reuben Jones, Brigadier Retired Eddie Kane, Brigadier Retired Robert Creer, and Brigadier Donald Williams. Next, I will have proclamation by Cadet Second Lieutenant Grissom.
Everyone, please stand for the reading of the proclamation. A proclamation acknowledging the dedication of the Brigadier General Retired Eddie Kane. Whereas Brigadier General Retired Eddie Kane was born in Steens, Mississippi on April 1st, 1948, and following his grammar school education and high school graduation, elected to attend Jackson State University. And whereas Brigadier General Retired Eddie Kane, upon successfully completing ROTC and educational courses of study at Jackson State University, in 1971 was commissioned a second lieutenant in the United States Army Chemical Corps and was awarded a Bachelor of Science degree in chemistry. And whereas Brigadier General Retired Eddie Kane was honorably completed several sequences of military study, including the United States Army Chemical Corps Officer Basic and Advanced courses, and graduated from the United States Army Command and General Staff College in a 1993 graduate, as a 1993 graduate of the United States Army War College. And whereas Brigadier General Retired Eddie Kane has served the United States of America faithfully and with valor in assignments including Commander HAC Rocky Mountain Arsenal, Commander 588, 5th 88 Maintenance Company, Gießen, Germany, Chemical Officer, 2nd Brigade, 8th Infantry Division, and 2nd Brigade. Commander, United States Army Chemical Activity, Pacific 3rd Corps, Chemical Officer and Joint Program Manager for Biological Defense. And whereas Brigadier General Retired Eddie Kane is a highly accomplished and skilled officer whose military awards and decorations include the Distinguished Service Medal, the Legion of Merit, Defense Meritorious Service Medal with 4 oak leaf clusters, the Army Commendation Medal, the Army Achievement Medal, the Air Assault Badge, and the Office of Secretary Defense Badge. And whereas Brigadier General Retired Eddie Kane was promoted to Brigadier General on October 2nd, 1998, and retired in June 2000 after having mentored and inspired numerous individuals under his command and in his sphere of influence. And whereas Brigadier General retired Eddie Kane is married to former Fredia Jean Webb of Woodville, Mississippi, and they have 2 children, son Eddie DeAndre and daughter Trina Lakitha, who also acknowledges this honor with pride. And now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Jackson State University Department of Military Science officially dedicates the Brigadier General retired Eddie Kane conference room with all respect and high esteem to a noble alumnus of highest renown. Given on this 23rd day of October in the year 2015, signed, Carolyn W. Myers, President of Jackson State University.
Good job.
Hey, sir, can I have a seat, please? Come on, Bill. I'm sorry. Come on up.
Oh, okay. I take orders.
Most folks here know Julian Career. If you don't know him, shame on you. You got to get to know him. He's a big deal around Jackson, big deal around campus, and he brings about that it factor that Ms. Jake was talking about earlier that we didn't have in Jackson State. But got commissioned in '75, same year you came here, sir. In '75, Dr. Azevedo, and he's got retired from the military in 2008. Married to Aretha, his high school sweetheart. They're both from Vicksburg, so imagine this. Born and raised in Vicksburg, Mississippi, watching military shows on TV, said, I want to be like those military people on TV one day. He understood the Army values as a kid, stuck to it, was recruited by...
Yeah, the Stanford Jackson.
They went out looking for the very best, went to Vicksburg, found one student in Vicksburg. Got a joint career from there, brought him here to Jackson State, got the right stuff in him, made him Tiger Tough, and he's now retired, as I said earlier. He's the CEO of the career group. He has 4 sons, well, 4 kids, 2 sons, 2 daughters. They're all tiger born, tiger bred, and roaring like a tiger. Sir?
Hey, thank you, Dexter. First of all, hooah. Hooah. Yeah, it's great to be home. When I look around here, that's the first thing I think about is, hey, this is home. Now, when I look at these cadets, you know, let's give them a hand, y'all. I mean, they did a great job. I was cadet battalion commander at my time, S3 battalion, commander of the drill team, but I tell you, you guys are sharp. Your presentation is absolutely flawless. So the quality here, I think, is just absolutely fantastic. Today is a big deal to name a classroom after one of our own. Who would have thought that a cadet from HBCU Jackson State one day would grow up to become a general officer in the United States Army? Let me tell you the person who thought that was going to happen and had the vision for that. It's already been mentioned, Dr. Peoples. Dr. Peoples was president of Jackson State during my tenure, and I had a chance to talk to him. He had to fight hard. There were a lot of people against Jackson State and HBCU having his own ROTC program, but he would not accept anything less than Jackson State having this standalone program. Because what he said is he wanted to bring to this university graduates who would go out into the world and give, you know, the world a taste of Jackson State and establish a reputation, not just as a teacher university, but a reputation as a university that produces leaders in the world. And so today, I think it's so fitting that we would name a conference room here in this building after the first general officer to graduate from this great Tiger program. It's also fitting to know that when you name, in the Army, when you name a building or a classroom after someone, it's not after they die. Matter of fact, you have to get an exception to policy to do it while they're alive. So today, it's a neat thing because in this building, there are 2 exception to policies, if you're in the Army. The name of this building It's the Dolly Robinson building. Dr. Robinson's alive. And let me tell you, it is by no accident that you all are here. I did have a little help to get you from over there to over here. Dr. Dolly Robinson was at my graduation, okay, from Jackson State, and she was the dean. She's been at every graduation since then. When I come back, she's there. So it's so befitting that one, they would name this building her honor while she's here alive and well to receive that honor. And two, the ROTC, which has always been under liberal arts, would be moved to liberal arts. Makes a lot of sense, right? Finally. And then now to have a classroom named after an ROTC, Jackson State ROTC graduate, and the first general officer to be commissioned from the Tiger Battalion. I think it's important to know about our legacy. It's important to know about our heritage. I mentioned earlier that when I look in here, I see family. And that's something I never forget. When I walk into this building, or even wherever I go, I take that with me. I don't go anywhere, especially when I'm in uniform, unless without thinking about Lieutenant Colonel Davis. Lieutenant Colonel Davis was my professor in military science. The sharpest officer I've ever met in my life, who had total confidence in me as a cadet and all the other cadets. When I go, I think about Sergeant Moffett. You know, the backbone of the Army, Don Christoph, but the toughest, the best you could think of. Master Sergeant Vargas, probably the toughest non-commissioned officer I've ever met. Special Forces. When I think of the young captains, 22-year-old captains that are around here. Otis Williams, Benjamin Wesley. I think there's one that you might recognize sitting right here, Lou Wright. See, Lou Wright was one of my ROTC instructors. And these are the folks that inspired us to be the best. And I would just tell you that General Kane, even though he was the first, he never aspired to be the first. In the military, things like that, they just happen. When you're in the military, you want to be the best of whatever you are. I talked to him yesterday, and you know, he came from lieutenant, second lieutenant, all the way to general officer. But the things that he talked to me about that we have in common, he said, hey, you got to give it all your energy. You have to give it all your enthusiasm. And you can't get away from hard work. No one's going to give you anything. Matter of fact, nothing's even worth having unless you work for it. And then the third thing was excellence. You got to commit yourself to excellence. You got to have so much confidence in yourself to know that no one can do this task better than me. You know, give it to me. He also told me to tell you that as new cadets, future officers, focus. You just got to focus. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do what you have set out to do. And so I want to commend Lieutenant Colonel Dexter Brookins for what he has started. And again, things don't necessarily happen by accident. I'll tell you what about Dr. Peoples and how he believed that you put us out there, we can make good things happen for the university. Well, we have a Jackson State University automatically. So what did he do? He leveraged a couple of his general officers. Who run the Army? General officers. Once a general, always a general. So there were two of us who got involved, and here he is. I think same thing. I know Eddie Kane out there in San Antonio, Texas, would agree with me that the university probably doesn't leverage the general officers enough. Not at all. You know, there's a whole lot we could probably do for the university. Matter of fact, that we even try to do for the university. That we're not going to give up, though. Remember, never give up to help the university in a lot of areas that they have, that they're looking to do good things there. I want to thank, again, great to see Major General Collins, very proud of him, the Adjutant General for the entire state of Mississippi. Also, got a degree from Jackson State University. Didn't have the honor of going through the great Tiger Battalion, but that's okay, right? That's okay. But you see where he is today, right? This is the businessman, you know, the senior military officer in the state of Mississippi. But you see where he is today. So that tells you a lot about him and his character. So I would just say that naming this classroom after General Kane is wonderful, cadets. You just need to take it in a little bit. When you walk into the Brigadier General Eddie Kane classroom, he is now a beacon. He is a beacon for you that this guy was me not too many years ago, okay? If I do the things that I'm supposed to do, then one day I can be a general officer. And we just haven't had that. And again, I commend Colonel Brookins for giving us what I call a rallying point. This is a place where we can rally now. There's so many great things to me ahead of Jackson State in terms of the alumni from the ROTC that can do for the ROTC program. And I'm looking forward to, we've already started engaging on how we can do that. But bringing people back to Jackson State, have them contribute financially as well as intellectually, it's going to be important for the future. I've been looking forward to this day of having someone of his caliber here who can pull it all together, and then not forgetting about our legacy, not forgetting about the Lou Wrights of the world, okay? Not forgetting about the Colonel Olivers of the world, okay? But not forgetting about the Miss Haley's of the world, even though she is not here. Not forgetting about Miss Jacobs of the world, because these folks are part of the family here. And as a family, we stick together. And as a family, we believe in Jackson State. We believe in everything that this Tiger Battalion stands for, and we stand ready to support. So again, I just want to say, again, I think it's a great honor to name this. You couldn't have picked a better general officer to name it for. Again, a career soldier, done great for his country, and again, rose to the pinnacle of the Army. So with that, I would say, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. And Eddie, congratulations. Hooah.
Sir, please join me over here so we can unveil the actual. Oh, wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand.
Okay. Can you get us? It's going to be monumental. Come around, right? Right, yes, sir. It's going to be cool.
Where did it go?
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. Can you join me, please, cut the cake?
You know what, as a combat engineer, when we cut cakes, we don't have a chainsaw. But today I will, use a sword, all right?
All right, sir. So I'm not sure how to do this properly. Yeah, we'll do that.
Yep. All right. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right, sir. You can have a seat, sir. Everybody take a seat. We'll be done in a few minutes here. General Collins, I'd like to allow you to make comments if you have any. I know we're not part of the program, but if you just wanted to say who or...
Just happy to be here, and thanks for the invitation to come and be a part of, I guess you would call it a historical event, where we would name a part of the university after one of the cadets who graduated from the ROTC program, and then went on to be a general officer in the Army. Just happy to be here. Good to see my good friend General Creer, and listen to the words that he passed along. And he gave you some good advice to all you young cadets. I mean, that, one day you could have your picture on the wall like this, because the sky is the limit. Just got to be where you're supposed to be, doing things you're supposed to be doing, and doing them to the best of your ability. That's all anybody can ask of you.
Any comments, sir?
My experience has taught me that if your boss the supervisor, is going to speak, or he or she is going to be in the crowd, you say very little. You keep yourself humble, and if you have to say a few words, say them, but then sit down. I was hoping that Dr. Leggett would be able to come. I mean, as you said, she's very busy with the activities going on our campus. But as Dean of the College of Liberal Arts, I must say that we're very fortunate to have a man of the caliber of Lieutenant Colonel Brookins and all his auxiliaries, his colleagues and the cadets who are being trained to be leaders, not just at Jackson State, but everywhere and in the world. You are really training global leaders, because this world is becoming very small. And so I'm very proud of that. Now, Brigadier Greer mentioned that Dr. Peoples was instrumental in starting ROTC on our campus. Yes, I remember that. And that reminds me, when I was at University of North Carolina at Charlotte during the 1980s and 90s, there was also the same battle. The students, well, most of the students were against it, and there were some faculty members who were so vocal against ROTC on that campus. But the president, Chancellor Woodward, continued to fight, and we finally had one. So, but the most important thing for me is that this ROTC is in the College of Liberal Arts. Thank you very much.
That concludes the program. We do have snacks around the corner in our break room. And I would like to get a photo, sir, before you leave with General Craig and General Collins, if you could. I know you got to pop smoke, but thanks for coming out today. And roll like a tiger. Cool.
All right.